I don't know why it takes so long for the stream to start sometimes. I've been sitting here for about 3 minutes waiting for it to start up. Um, Today, just be honest, today's probably going to be a short stream for many reasons. Number one, I'm just going to be honest. Y'all should know it. Some of y'all did too. Stayed up way too late last night. Stayed up way too late last night. Um, and I know some of you guys are tired, but I want to just to make sure I'm here to answer anybody's questions and answer any questions and talk about a couple of things. Actually, some things from a couple of days ago. But I'm not trying to say this with any whatever. But I know a lot of people run away from doing streams and stuff when the market's bearish. I mean, yes, it's difficult to talk about stuff when the market is down because people's moods are down. You just want to talk about crypto when the market is up. But like I said, this is I'm gonna talk about a lot of stuff. I just realized I'm really different from a lot of people. Um, Even from some of the comments I've seen on my page, like I said, when I do this is as a form of like to build more discipline in myself, just like making sure you work out every day. Um, I don't know. It's just a lot of comments. It's mainly the comments I've been seeing on some of my videos that make me realize just how different I am from people. Um, Even from like I said, some of y'all know it, and some of y'all seen my work or heard my work or whatever, because I do film, TV, and music. But it's crazy. I saw somebody even commenting on my page. It was like, "There's no way this dude could work in the entertainment industry. Why would he have a YouTube channel?" And it's just so I just like to be honest, I almost understand how they think, but it's just really weird how one track mind some people can be. Um, and they were like, "Well, if he worked in you know if he worked in TV or whatever, why does his channel only have 1,400 subscribers?" And I was just like, "That has nothing to do with anything." Number one, I don't want to bring it. To be honest, I don't want to bring a lot of people into crypto. Number one, because a lot of people are not ready for it. Um, and then with as many people as I have on my other pages, I would just talk about crypto on there. Then you get a whole bunch of people coming in that don't know what they're doing, and then you're the blame for it. Because a lot of people don't want to sit down and learn. They just want to make money quickly and become rich overnight and stuff like that. But it was just weird reading through the comments. Another one that stood out to me. Actually, I thought I was going to talk about this one last. I'm gonna just go ahead and get it out the way. And so, to me, it's a negative and a positive. The positive is I realize just how unknowledgeable, I guess you say it, people are in this market. Um, just to realize how differently people think. Because this one guy, he came on the channel the other day too. It's decent when he was on the stream. Then he started being stupid in the comments. But anyway, so he was saying, and where is it at now? He was like, yeah, proof of work is the only best thing or something like that, and all the other coins are crap. And he was like, I've been collecting. Me and my friend were talking about this too because they saw it. He was like, I've been collecting BCH since it was $100, and I'm just like, that's not really a brag, my dude. You've been collecting this for years now. You only at a 3x, but he was so proud of it. It was just weird. And pretty much what I said was, last cycle, first cycle, I only knew what Bitcoin was, 2017. I didn't get Ethereum. Didn't know what it was. Didn't get Ethereum. Barely knew what Bitcoin was, to be honest. Um, Second cycle, you take a little bit more risk and you get into some stuff. But you don't know the market as well. You're not degening. You're not doing some of the stuff we're doing now. And even with me being conservative last cycle, and a lot of people just be honest, a lot of people got lucky last cycle. Number one, the market wasn't oversaturated. A lot of stuff was right in front of your face. I think the only things that I had kind of trouble getting last cycle was maybe trying to get into Solana early. What was the other? Flare, Flow, um, Omi, some like stuff that I had to get on different exchanges outside of Coinbase, and I don't even know at one point if I was on KuCoin yet. But anyway, even that conservatively, and still ADX my entire portfolio. And I wanted to get upset, but it was just like crazy because dude was like, "There's no way you 8x your portfolio. So tired of you YouTubers lying or whatever." If you've been watching my channel for the longest, I don't. It's no reason I don't flex. I don't try to um, oversell stuff or any of that. And so in my mind, it was like, anytime somebody calls you a liar, you automatically you ready to go off. And I sat there and I thought for a minute. I was like, this is crazy. People don't even realize how much money you can make in crypto, whether you know what you're doing or accidentally. That was that far fetched for them that I had 80x'd. Um, they just went crazy, and they were so excited about what they were talking about, Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin, and to be honest, if y'all remember the person, I eventually ended up kicking them because they got stupid in the comments. But they were on the stream, and I was like, this person is really excited about these 2 and 4x's, and I had to think to myself, I was like, well, maybe they're just coming from stocks and they've been in stocks forever or whatever. But it was just crazy. It was just crazy. I had to think about it. And I was like, well, it's a negative because he's saying the stupid stuff. I guess it's a positive because you did so well that these people can't even believe it. And like I said, I was conservative last cycle. I wasn't, most people still don't have faith in crypto. But yeah, it's just really crazy. It's just really crazy. But I say that to say is some of y'all watching even now, especially with the market, is how it's going down. And, people in the group been saying it. Everybody's been saying it. The market dips and then it dips some more, and then it dips some more. And you just keep dipping and dipping and dipping and dipping. And you think the dip is never going to end. But it definitely does. It definitely does. I still see going forward. I still going up from here. What I will say is, I think I was talking to myself about this yesterday, and I probably would have I said it better yesterday. But even though we're having this dip here, you should look at it as a positive. This shows you what it's going to look like if you were to be too greedy near the end of the cycle, and when it starts dropping. And if you think it's dropping now, and you think the dip continues to dip, wait till it's the end of the market. And what I use this example all the time myself on the channel the other day, like a couple of my friends that got in Doge made great profits, threw it all back in the market. You need to be honest. If you can clip the last 30 seconds of what I said and just store that somewhere for yourself, and remember, like, this is what it's going to be like. And then you're going to be like, I don't know, let's just say you 40x your portfolio, and you're going to be like, well, the market's still running. Maybe I should jump back in. I'm trying to tell you, remember this whole span of this last 6 to 8 weeks where you was like, the market dips, and every time it dips, it keeps on dipping. Like, you got to keep this in your mind. So actually, this whole scenario we have playing out is actually a blessing. You see what it looks like. You see what it looks like when the market keeps dipping, but at the end of the market, there will not be it will not be going up back up. You'll have a lot of people trying to tell you institutional investors are here. It's going to be a super cycle. I don't care if it is. I don't care if I get out and if I get out of the market, I make my gains, and 3 months later, it's looking like it's going to be a stable super cycle. I don't care. I'm not going to care. I'm not going to be getting back in the market. I'm going to take my profits, and I'm going to wait till I see a big enough price drop. If the price doesn't drop enough, then I'll decide what to do going forward from there. But just take these whole last 8 weeks of seeing all these dips as a reminder in the future of what not to do when you start taking profits. And like I said, we'll talk about taking profits along the way. And I've given an example before where it'll be where we have probably 10% of our bags still in the market to see just how maybe parabolic they can go. Some of you will probably be fully out the market, because you got a little bit more sense or whatever. But anyway, yeah, as you see, I'm not even pulling up any articles or tweets, but yeah. So times like this when the market is down, like I saw, I think it was Fefe or somebody said it. Like, this is a time where you could take a couple of $100 and or a couple of $1,000s and turn it into hundreds of thousands of dollars, because some of these dips are really low, especially if they're good projects, good fundamentals. And I'm talking about utility. As you know, I haven't even been looking at or talking about memes now. I've even seen some that, okay, maybe when the market picks back up, they'll take off, but I just don't have time to even be looking at memes right now, trying to look at the utility plays and stuff like this. But it's not really a time to be scared. I used a little funny thumbnail or whatever, with the fire all around. But I'm not really worried right now. But anything I've been telling you for a couple weeks. I said in the next 7 to 8 weeks, they're going to use all kinds of stuff to drop the market, and they're going to try to show you that it's on chain, and they're going to try to say this is that and other. But it's just because they've already decided weeks ago. They already decided weeks ago collectively that they're going to be pressing the sell button or whatever. Um, and so once again, you always ask, like, or y'all probably think, like, well, doesn't that mean we should sell and get back in? Let me briefly talk about one. I don't want to get too deep in this, but you can understand. This is another thing. When I talk about, buying and holding, I mentioned a couple of times, but long-term capital gains versus short-term capital gains. Sometimes you sell out to hopefully you can get 15% more of the tokens, but that's for most people, give or take, that's about 20% more in capital gains if you get caught selling in a short-term capital gains window. Maybe I should take more time on this subject, but you should be listening. I don't know. But that's one of the major factors that people don't think about at the end of the day, because we all have our targets, where we're going to sell out in the future. And don't get me wrong, I'm going to just be honest with y'all. The way this cycle is going, you may be selling up to 60% of all your bags in short-term capital gains. So as much as I can, I want to make sure I'm having some that's long-term capital gains or whatever. Nobody ever thinks about this until you have to go pay taxes. And then here's the other thing. Some of y'all, I keep saying it, I wouldn't play the game, but some of y'all feel like you might want to find a way around it and not pay taxes. That's up to you. Uh, I wouldn't do that. But you can do what you want to do. I just feel like it's too much money to be made in this market to be trying to play that game. But you, like I said, you can do what you want to do. But I don't think a lot of people factors this in when they constantly like, trying to sell out and buy back lower, and I'm gonna catch the dip and all that kind of stuff. You probably actually are going to catch the dip, but when you go to pay taxes, it's gonna cancel it out anyway. If not, take about 5 to 8% of what you would have had anyway. So it's not gonna work out at the end of the day. But like I said, the way the cycle is going with the way people are launching projects, I would say anywhere from 40 to 60% of our bags are probably going to be somewhere in short-term capital gains. Not to mention, we don't know how long this cycle is going to be. Um, but yeah, another thing, I mean, you kind of notice, but I'm just reminding you guys, like I said in the next 7 to 8 weeks, they're going to use a lot of things. I guess we're in 7 week time frame now, and to pump or dump the market. And the crazy thing, even for me, is you're like, well, when are they going to use them? You don't know if they're going to go bullish or bearish first. And then again, I always say this: I don't have these guys' cell phone number. They're not calling me. I'm not in their text groups. I can just look out over, like I've been saying. I said, man, I thought it was going to play out one way, and technically, we are still at the beginning of July. I thought we may run in the beginning of July, sit in the middle, sit still, and at the end run again. But like I said, there's so many things they could use um, to move the markets in the way they want to move them. So I mean, who knows? But the one thing, they love drama in the market. They love some drama. And to be honest, like this dip we have here, and a lot of people saying it's kind of like the dips we kind of used to having, because the dips we've been having for the last 4 to 6 months have been very small compared to what they've been like before. But this is probably one of the times when people have been the most scared. Like I said, I mean, if it dips and dips and keeps dipping, you think it's going down. Not financial advice, but I don't feel like this is the time to be scared at all. I would definitely be buying right now. Um, we still got some time to go. Is all I can say. And like I said, it's always the question of, is this going to be a traditional cycle? Even if it's not a traditional cycle, there's still a lot of room ahead of us. So I'm not scared. Maybe to be honest, I'm not gonna front. Maybe a little annoyed, because I always say, yeah, I wish I would have, and I feel like I should have, and I try not to beat myself up about it, but caught that first big drop in March. I feel like I should have foresaw that. I foresaw other stuff, but somehow just got thrown off on that. And so as I always say, your want for dry powder may be $500. Somebody else's want for dry powder might be $50,000. But at the end of the day, we're always going to want to have more dry powder than we have. I mean, that's going to be 99%. I want to say 100% of the time, but 99% of the time, you always going to wish you had more dry powder. But yeah, just y'all just be encouraged to realize that this thing is not over. One thing I don't reference to him much, but what was the well, let me talk about this one. Chris Berninsky said, I only really have a couple of these today, but Chris said, he said, if you've been kicked around by the market enough, you grow numb to getting kicked again. Regardless of what happens from here, all I see is opportunity. And that really sums up the way I feel. Like, I mean, kind of numb to it. Like I said, it's a tad bit annoyed, but I don't really care. But as far as like being scared and afraid, I'm not. I'm chilling, but it's just like, I wish but not afraid at all. Not afraid at all. Um, Alex said, he said, I have zero interest in crypto right now. He said, the last time I felt like this, I dumped a coin for about 150K in boredom. That bag would have been 2.5 million if I had just waited 6 months. It's a very important message. Like that's so legit right now. And I don't think y'all understand it. I saw one, I had to, cause I took off yesterday. I mean, I took my break, came back and I zoomed through all the comments you guys talking in the group. And it was one token in particular. Well, it was a couple, but one in particular, it kind of moved, right? And that's how it's going to be. Like when you're bearish from this little couple of weeks we in and dips and it's just dipping. In a couple of months, it's going to be moving, and you're just going to be like, oh man, this coin is moving or whatever. So glad I'm holding it or whatever. But you just got to be strong through these crazy dips and these difficult times or whatever. Like he said, 6 months later, what he dumped for 150 grand was $2.5 million. And so you're gonna have these bags that are just dipping and dipping and dipping. And you're gonna be like, man, maybe this is some trash. Like, man, I'm gonna throw this out and get something else. And it's gonna be that one that goes crazy and runs on you. And to be honest, I in the outside of our group, I had, this one particular token. Everybody's not gonna like it. Some people don't, but we got a couple of us that do like it. And they're one that said it. They was like, bro, they was like, I sold it because it was dipping, and I felt like with all this going on, I was gonna, get some more of the dip. Once again, you never know how this stuff is gonna play out. And when I say they're gonna have to spend a considerable more amount of money to get the same amount of tokens they had before, because they like the project, they are going to buy it, they are going to hold it for the cycle, but now you're paying way more for the same token and stuff. And every time I keep saying, to be honest, 80% of your tokens are probably going to dip, and 80% of them, you're gonna be like, I should have bought lower, but you're not going to care. It's going to be that 10 to 20% of tokens that you thought were going to dip that runs higher. That's what you're really going to be focused on. And so it's just that discipline to be like, man, I bought these tokens. I'm gonna just buy and hold. Maybe I do want to sell some tokens because I think I can get more dry powder if I sell these. You can do what you want. You don't have to do stuff like I do it, but I'm just trying to tell you that when you drop something and let's just say something runs a pretty big percentage, it's not going to feel good. And all the other stuff that you did that you felt like you did right, you're not even going to be focused on that. You're just going to be focused on the fact that this token ran, and now you got to pay higher for it, especially if it's something that you like. Um, but anyway, like you said, you dumped it for 150K and it was 2.5 million later. This is something I say all the time. I'm not even gonna pull this one up. I was just saying, like, he said, if you bought it at $100 and it dips to $80 and it dips to $20, what's different about it? You started making your entries at $100, but if it's at $20, don't you still like it? So you still should be buying it. Nothing changed, but the fact is dipping, and maybe you didn't have enough. You weren't secure enough in your investment. That's why you're feeling scared. Maybe you just bought it because somebody else talked about it or whatever. But you should be secure in it. If you started at $100 and it's at $20, you should see that as a bargain, and then you should still be buying it. What was the other one? Oh yeah, this one too. I'm not gonna finish the last one, but Alex also had another tweet. He was like, if this is your first cycle, you are now seeing in real time. I've been saying this too. This is very in real time. You're seeing it. He said, you are now seeing in real time how all of us 5+ year vets became angry and dysfunctional. I don't think I said that last word on stream. But yeah, even when I pull up the Matic chart, that doesn't register, y'all. I'm just talking words and y'all waiting for me to finish the sentence. But you don't realize that 2 cents to 1 cent, I mean, you do realize it, but you don't feel it. 2 cents to 1 cent is a 50% drop in your token holders. If you was holding Matic back then when it went to 2 cents, and at one point 2.4 cents, and then it went to, I think it went like 4 cents and back to 2 cents, and you're seeing all these drops. Y'all, if this is your first cycle, you didn't live through that to feel the moments where we were like, man, I feel stupid. And even live through the moments, like I said, with the guy I was on stream talk about Bitcoin Cash, and how there was no way I could have ADX. In my mind, I feel crazy because I feel like I should have got the full I think Matic did like a full, like a really good. It did a 200. I call it 300 sometimes, but it's really like a 250x or whatever. And so while this dude is saying, "Oh, there's no way you could have 80x or whatever," I'm over here feeling stupid because I didn't get the whole 250x. And it's like some people don't realize that this stuff is very doable, but you gotta weather the storms when it's at 1 cent, you feeling good, and it goes to 2 cents, drops back 2.4, 4 cents, then drops to 2 cents, and you Oh man. So wait a minute. I've been oh my gosh, I've been talking for how long? Let me see. I don't have my small screen in front of me today. Let me try to pull up this. Oh man, I was going on what I was talking about. Let's see. 5 minutes ago. Now, did you guys hear me talk about? He was asking about Justin's son trying to negotiate with Germany. Did I go out before or after that? Oh man, I'm sorry, yo. Oh man, it's been like 6 minutes now. I'm trying to put my phone up here, so because my other monitor, I just got back in late last night. Let me try to reiterate. I think that might have been when I was in the comments. I was talking about Crypto Rose asked about Justin's son attempting to negotiate with Germany. Pretty much, I was saying I feel like it's all coordinated. I feel like it's all coordinated in BlackRock, Vanguard, whoever coordinate with them and say, if you're gonna be selling, we're gonna be buying because they've been buying it. All the dips on Bitfinex, you see, there's a whales on Bitfinex that's been buying it. And so I feel like it's all coordinated. As far as Justin Sun, I mean, like I said, I don't too much care for him, but there's been people inside the government that's been saying we should be keeping this Bitcoin or whatever. I just feel like it's all coordinated. So I don't know if I feel any type of way um, towards that really. Then Dave said he's been watching the charts, and I said, regardless of if I have enough dry powder or what the charts are doing, whether the market is dipping, that I'm still going to be watching the charts because I want to see how stuff is reacting to the market dips and how people's sentiment is um, on each project or whatever. You gotta be honest. I see a lot of good projects, small market caps and big market caps that the community is bearish because a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people in these communities don't even understand how the market works. They just been told that the price was going to go up. They can't deal with price movements. The biggest thing is I keep trying to preach to people on my channel, at least, that stop stop thinking that these projects are going to be coming out with bullish news and developments right now. They're not going to do it. I'm gonna say that strongly. 90% they're not going to do it. Stop asking them to show developments, more exchange listings. When we gonna hit this milestone on the roadmap? We're not in that time right now, and it doesn't mean that a project is lying about their roadmap or they're not developing. This is just not the time for that. I don't. And so many people, if you're on my channel, you should have heard me say this a lot of times. Stop in the next 3 months. I'm just being honest. Let's just get this out there. In the next 3 to 4 months, you should not be asking. You should find the fundamentals of the project. Look at the project. Look who the backers are. Maybe try to figure out what influencers is going to pump it. Make sure it has good utility, all that stuff. And then in the next 3 or 4 months, don't be hassling people about roadmap developments and hitting targets on the roadmap. This is not the time for that. That roadmap is there to show you what the plan is, but they're going to start implementing those different bullet points when the market is more bullish. It just is what it is. So even if they said 1,000% we going to launch blah 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 on June 7th. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not gonna happen on June 7th. Not with the market, how the market is right now. If they have something on the roadmap and they say it's gonna happen on July 20th, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's probably not gonna happen on July 20th. It does not mean they're lying or they're trying to pull your strings or whatever. They're just not gonna do it right now because the market is not bullish. And maybe that's not something I talk about enough on my channel. But for the people that's watching right now, that's just how it's gonna be. Whether it's a small project or big project, does not mean they're rug pulling you or they're not keeping their promise. I mean, it does mean that, but that's just how crypto works. They're not about to start doing bullish stuff right now. It's because it's a waste of an announcement. It's like putting up it's like paying $5,000 for an ad and only two people going to be at the basketball game. You're gonna go to the basketball game where the attendance is gonna be packed out attendance. Why would you go over here to this arena where the crowd is small? So they trying to wait till it's a better time to advertise or to put out the announcement. So it's just chill on that. I'm gonna be honest. I got some projects too. I'm just like certain things they promise. I would say it's a little bit different, but I just try not to even say nothing because it's just like I kind of understand, but it's gonna be annoying. But it is what it is. Um, and Ro also said he was like Jeff Bezos been selling billions of shares at Amazon. I wonder if he's buying BTC. And I was saying that I believe that is what he was doing because I know he started about 4 or 5 months ago selling it. He was saying it was all already on the calendar for him to be selling, but I believe he's buying Bitcoin. It may not be all in Bitcoin, but he's definitely buying some Bitcoin because, like I said, 4 or 5 months ago, a lot of them were selling shares. I mean, you had Jeff Bezos, Elon, Robin Hood. A lot of them were, but I haven't been keeping up with where he's been selling lately. But I'm pretty sure they're buying Bitcoin. Man, I think it was like 6 minutes we were out. I think I went back and covered what I was talking about. My bad. I'm sorry, y'all. I got all the stuff in my face, and the comments were lower than the stuff in front of my face. Um, but yeah, Dave said he's probably giving the holiest alpha right now. I don't know if it's the holiest, but um, yeah. I mean, even with the alpha stuff, even sometimes I feel like, and I even saw this in some of the comments. I really don't care, but somebody's like, "Oh, dude rambles" or whatever. I know people want to hear this concrete stuff, but sometimes it's the smaller stuff that actually helps you in this market. And I'll give one example that might seem like boring news. Like I was talking about some of the Robinhood developments or whatever. Right now, it's just kind of like, oh yeah, it's cool. They got a little wallet. Oh yeah, they trade in futures. But if you've been through a cycle, like if you remember these small things like this, sometimes it comes back later. And you be like, well, I remember the small thing. That means this is probably going to happen, and it helps you make a trade. Um, to be honest, and I talk about this, quite a bit. I tell people, I'm just being honest that you got to know how to read someone like Rand, like because Rand has been known to pump his own bag. Some people try to call him an all out scammer um, or whatever. But I will say when he gets in his mode, he does present excuse me, he does present alpha in a way that is really good. And I do mine different. For one, I keep telling you, I have a lot of thoughts running through my head and stuff. And for one, I don't have a whole team. Let's also, get that. I don't have a whole team that's putting these notes together in a real concise manner to deliver it like Rand. I'm not trying to be Rand. I keep telling you, I have so many other channels. From what I see, I'm just being honest. Maybe during a bull cycle, you have a bigger channel, but crypto channels are not as profitable as people think they are. They're not as profitable as some of the other stuff, the other channels that I have running. And but for somebody like him, he has it. He has it locked in. He's got a whole team or whatever. Anyway, I said all that to say is I try to say a different stuff that other people are not saying or whatever, and I'm going to say it in a different way. And it may not always come out as clear and concise as I wanted to because I'm always thinking about a lot of stuff. Like I said, I'm a one person team, and most of the times I'm just focused on what I feel like is the most important thing, which is finding the best coins to make tokens to make money off. But you know, it is what it is. But I appreciate that you see it as alpha or whatever, because sometimes I don't know how y'all are interpreting what I'm saying. Um, Muhammad said, "Brother sold his voice to buy the dip." Man, I wish I could have, but yeah, man. But like I said, I know y'all gonna feel some type of way with the dips, man. But you just gotta hold out. You just gotta hold out. Muhammad said, "Brother." Oh, I read it again. Said it's been out about 5, 10 years. It was about, I think it was about like 6 or 7 minutes. But yeah, man, I don't want, I'm not gonna drag the stream out. Some other stuff I wanted to say, but I'll just reiterate that like Alex Becker said, last time he sold it, he was feeling bored and the market was like this. He sold a token and it would have been worth $2.5 million or whatever, but he only ended up getting 150 of that. Um, you know, and I said the reason I hold is because people don't consider long term and short term capital gains. Some of y'all gonna try to do what y'all gonna do, but I wouldn't do it. And like I said, I always reminded that the market loves drama, or the whales and the top 1%, whatever you want to call it. They love to cause drama in the market to scare you out. So it's the game you signed up for, whether you know it or not. And yeah, I said, well, two things. You know, you're seeing these prices now, you're probably going to regret not buying at these prices in a couple of months. And as I always say, it doesn't mean the price can't go lower, but these are some good prices on a lot of stuff right now. So you got a DCA in. And the lastly, like I said, I don't know how to see it. Like this whole, the guy was on the stream last time talking about proof of work tokens are the best and that's all you should hold. And he was excited about his 3X on Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin and whatever else he was holding. That's not what I'm here for, y'all. I'm not here for no 3X in crypto. He was both excited about it and he was both dogmatic. and not believing that somebody could 80x their entire portfolio. And to be honest, last cycle it was easy. I wish I knew a little bit more last cycle and had more. Well, not new, but I wish I knew more, and I wish I had more faith because last cycle was easy, to be honest. I mean, you had multiple coins, and it wasn't you had like now you have to dig and make sure you're in the right stuff. But multiple coins that did like 200x, and so I don't know where this dude's been at, but I don't know what marquee he's been watching. But to be excited about a 3x when you had multiple things doing 200x last cycle, I feel like most people should at least 30x their portfolio, if not 50x, because conservatively I did 80, and I wasn't even really trying to. I really barely knew what I was doing, but just realize you in a camp where you can do that same thing. That just realize you can do that same thing, man. And this is yeah, man. I don't even know what this person. What is this person talking about? That's it. Dude, Archie ain't got no out. Archie don't even know what he's doing. If you stupid enough to follow Archie and think he knows what he's doing, I don't know how dumb some of y'all can be to think this man. Y'all don't realize by now this man don't know what he's talking about or what he's doing. Um, Dude watches my. Matter of fact, at least 8 people have told me like, man, I was in this group and like every time you say something on stream, he'll come back to the group and say it. You're a dummy if you follow Archie, man. You're too dumb to even be on my channel. Um, Even what was the one time I remember it was months ago. A lot of people called him out for that. Actually, a couple people, somebody made a video on it where I was like, "Meme coin is going to be a narrative," and then even some of y'all in the group was telling me. Then he like rushed in his group and told all his moderators that I'm about to make a stream and y'all gotta make sure y'all delete comments. It was like 5 minutes after my stream that he was like, "Meme coins are going to be a narrative this cycle, bro. If you want to follow Archie, go over there and lose your money, bro. I don't even care." Um, you don't have too many brain cells if you think that dude has alpha. He's literally fumbling his way through the market trying to figure this out, just like everybody in his group. So I don't even understand how people believe that dude. It's just really weird to me. Anyway, Crypto Rose said Archie steals everything, including the UK accent. Yeah, I don't even believe his accent is real, to be honest. Archie CG, they both rip you off, brother. Yeah, I've heard it from a couple of people. Um, I mean, I said a couple. It's been 8 to 12 people that told me all the same thing. Like I would say something on stream, and he would literally be back in his group, and I think that's why he started doing all his private streams and whatever. And people, then he tried to act like, oh, because it's exclusive for the group, but no, you don't want to say on the regular stream everything you're repeating that I'm saying. Um, he, I don't understand it. I just feel like there's got to be some really dumb people in this world that follow this dude. I mean, he's just like a regular retail investor, doesn't understand the tech, literally doesn't understand crypto at all. And I don't understand how. I mean, no, I do understand. I mean, he bought all the fake followers, and people think, well, he's got a lot of followers, so this must be where the information is at. It's some really slow people, man, in this universe. It's really scary. I tell my lady all the time, I'm scared that I walk around the planet with people that I don't even understand it. But yeah, a lot of people know that. I don't know what this dude talking about. Anyway, um, yeah, man, y'all just gotta chill. We'll be up from here. I can't really tell you like what's gonna happen. Well, actually, I can because I already told you. Like I said, it's gonna be a lot of stuff. It's gonna be a lot of stuff over these next couple of weeks, and we just gotta ride the wave, man. They're gonna swing this thing every which way. I see some stuff coming up that could be bullish, but once again, it depends on when they decide to do it. But yeah, man, I want to keep y'all on the stream and just waste your time. I'm tired myself. I'm pretty sure some of y'all tired, and I'm tired, and I don't even drink. A lot of my friends, y'all know how the fourth goes. But yeah, man, I'm tired, and I don't even drink. So, but hopefully you guys enjoy your weekend. Hopefully everybody miraculously gets some super dry powder. I don't know. I'm hoping money just rains down for all of y'all to buy this dip, even more than the dry powder you have. But we're gonna be up from here. Just try to monitor your emotions. And once again, I can't say if it will or will not drop more. All I know is I see some good prices on some stuff, and um, I'm gonna be buying. So that's what we're gonna be doing. But yeah, and if you want to join the Patreon, I had somebody said they joined, but I don't think they did it like they thought they did. But if you are on the stream, you're new. If you want to join the Patreon, it's at patreon.com/cryptozo. To be honest, I want to take a nap. I know I need to take one, but it's hard for me to sleep in the daytime. But anyway, um, happy post fourth to everybody, and enjoy your weekend. Please try not to panic, and much dry powder to you. And I'm gonna see y'all next time.